All right, guys. Just a super quick video here on something that I haven't seen a whole lot of talk about. And this is the EU's new law, the Digital Services Act, and what this means for Unity developers. So this is a EU law that is taking effect today, as of this recording, on February 17th, that Unity is required to send out notifications for actions that they have to take on behalf of the government. This is basically a internet platform regulation act targeting mainly advertising, protecting the children, and moderation as well. So here, basically what this boils down to is that Unity could get requests from the government to perform actions, either remove content, ban a player. There's a request for information as well. So basically, if they get a court order to get your information, they have to let the end user know this. And they are doing this through a notifications API that they have released here. Here in the FAQ on their legal site, they go over which products are actually going to be using this new notifications API. And it's basically everything that you need to authenticate with Unity services with. So that's like signing in with authentication, cloud save, economy, the friend system, leaderboards, lobby, matchmaker, the new moderation system, relay, and user-generated content. So if they have to take action on any of these services, they will send notifications to the end user. Down here, these various articles just lay out what actions will get notified. And basically it is whenever they receive an order against illegal content in order to provide information, user submitted complaints of illegal content, and any other actions that they are required to notify the player on. And even if you are not in the EU, if your game is releasing in the EU, then you probably have to do this as well, or you'll not be compliant with the local laws there. So here in the authentication docs, they kind of have some more info on actually how to utilize this new API. And it's done through the authentication service, and you would need to have the authentication SDK 3.3.0 in order to use this. And basically, whenever your player signs in, you will grab the notifications with this get notification async method, and then you can display those notifications however you see fit. If the player is banned, that means they would not be able to sign in. So those notifications will come in through this authentication exception. And the authentications all have a case ID, the project ID of the project that this affected, the actual message, and also when it was actually created. So your players could use these to file an appeal or do whatever they actually need to do with that. Unfortunately, you can't really test this. There is no like test notification API that we can call, but you can use their sample scripts here to get your game in compliance here. We can open it up here and we'll just go through this super quick. First thing you'll do, as always, is initialize the services, and then we will call this sign in with notifications task. This way is just signing in anonymously. You can sign in however you normally sign in. You can use the Google, Facebook, Oculus, whatever. Once you're actually signed in, this is in a try-catch block. So once you're actually signed in, it'll move on and you can grab your authentication service.instance .last notification date. So this will be kind of the last notification that you got. We'll use that to check to make sure if we have notifications waiting for us. For the most part, this is probably going to end up being null for most players. And then we will get the last red notification date we have a function here at the bottom where we'll save off the last time we actually read notifications. And then here, if our notification date is not null and the last notification date is greater than our stored notification date, which means we have notifications waiting, then we just call our authentication service.instance.get notification async. And then this will give us a list of notifications. If any of this fails, we'll get a either authentication exception if we're banned, and that exception will have a list of notifications in it that we can then display. And then you'll give the actual explanation of why they couldn't log in, or any other exception. Here we can display those in that debug log as well. So if our notifications are not null, then we have notifications waiting. And here we just loop through the notifications, and here I'm just printing out in the debug log what that actually is. You probably have a nicer looking notification box that you can populate this data with and display to the user. And the notifications, they all have a created date, so you can see when this actually happened, its type, the ID, the case ID, the project, the player, and the actual message here. So here, after you read the message, you can call on notification read. We could probably just add that here. There, we can do that. And then here we will grab the last notification read date, store it off, and our created at date is going to be a string. So we'll parse that back into a long, and we save this off if the notification date is greater than our stored notification date, which we'll have it down here. Here we are just saving the notification dates in player prefs. You'd also save this up to Cloud Save if you wanted to, or wherever else you want to actually store this data. So here we are saving the read date as a string. We're saving it in the notification read date key, and then down here where we get it, then we are just parsing that back out to our long. So yeah, that is basically it. Here on the unity.com legal page for Digital Services Act, you can read through the EU Commission's website if you want to get more details on why this is happening, what's happening, and whatnot. The full text of it is here in this link. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not about to go through the legalese for this, but the information is here, and I am not seeing it being talked about much anywhere else. So yeah, as of today, you'll want to have something along these lines in your game if you are releasing into the EU. So yeah, we will see you guys next time.